Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, we're having a time together right now. We are sharing this presence practice. If I'm gonna keep on singing these songs, I gotta figure out words that rhyme with practice. Or else I gotta think of new ways to have a little rhyme. Because I am sure enjoying myself when we get together for this time. It's time for presence practice. Time for presence practice with us. It's time for presence practice. Come on, everybody, get on the bus. Time for gratitude. Time for presence. Time for kindness. And time for connection. It's time for growth, 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 and authenticity. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. Boy, sometimes you wonder, why is this guy singing? I know sometimes I think about that. Good morning. Hello. Welcome to our daily presence practice. It is Saturday morning. I am feeling grateful. How about you? What are you grateful for? If you're here, say hello so that we can say hi. Know that we are surrounded by like-minded, open-hearted people. Maybe that would be a good t-shirt. Like-minded, open-hearted. Hello, Charlie girl. Hello, Paul. Good morning, Paul. And hello, Brandy. Good morning, Brandy. It is April 22nd. I am heading to go to Daybreaker soon to go dancing. The theme is monochrome. So rather than, normally I would be pink, but since my monochrome is white. I'm not sure if that counts, but I'm doing white for Daybreaker, which is a sober daytime dance party. Speaking of which, I am now 60 days sober. So like 2 months sober and 4 months since I stopped another substance. I just realized that as I was writing about it today. So yeah, so I'm glad I'm having coffee because that is helping. As I say it, I'm like, oh, the chemicals of caffeine is helping get me psyched up to go dance. I was having a little anxiety about it last night, but I think also what has got me excited about it is I've just been deep into the idea that this, like, reality is, and stop trying to fight reality. Yeah, make a note about that. Don't fight reality. You know that, but what I mean is I'm doing some writing about the illusion of the world and not for reality, and I'm trying to think of more and more examples of that, like Byron Katie, like Michael Singer, like the Hindu idea of Maya. Good morning, Michelle. Hello. Good morning. Welcome to Presence Practice. Yes, long days and short starry nights is what Paul is grateful for. Yeah, I've been having a morning routine where I wake up, stretch, and then I walk just as the sun is rising. But I'm like, check the sunrise. Ooh, sunrise is now at 6:15. So now I got to wake and get out earlier because I want to get sun into my eyes as soon as possible. Charlie Girl is grateful for this right now. Awesome. Michelle is grateful, or is just saying hello. Love to me and all the love bugs on this that are here right now, including CJ. Good morning, CJ. Hello to you. Brandy is grateful to have, let me move this window so I'm not turning my head quite so far to read it. Brandy, grateful to have light in my bathroom again. So grateful for smiles, both in and on me, and all that I see. CJ is grateful for being able to wake up and reflect on the things I need to change and accept the ones I cannot. And congrats on a year, CJ. It's kind of cool how many people that, as I say, all right, I'm off intoxicants, like people share their sobriety journeys. I met up with an old friend yesterday, and I had forgotten that he was in recovery, which was just not something that had been part of our relationship. And so it was cool to get to talk about some of my recent growth in that realm and have him share aspects of it as well. Hello, Lee. Happy day to you. Lee is grateful for Earth. It's Earth Day, right? Happy birthday, Earth. I used to go to Balboa Park for Earth Day and play drum circles, and I haven't done something like that in a while. Hello, Nikki. Good morning. Good day. Nikki is grateful that I woke up with less pain. Awesome. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle was saying that I'm like Gandalf when he turned into Gandalf the White. I've had some friends that have said, how's he on the white? Yeah. I actually, was I dreaming? I think I had a dream that I let my hair grow out long and it was white, but it's going to be a while before my hair is that white. Can't come soon enough for me. So welcome to our love morning. The dancing part of this event that I'm going to starts at 10. There's a yoga class that's happening now at Daybreaker. And so oh, hey, Brian. Hello to you. Happy Earth Day. Thanks. I got a haircut yesterday. I don't know if you can tell. If I look more military-like. If I didn't, it's so funny. I saw myself in the mirror and I'm like, man, it gives me like a military vibe, And I'm like, well, good thing I have the earrings. And then Natasha pointed out, and the eyeliner. I'm like, oh yeah. So I guess I don't really. No one's gonna say walk up to me and be like, Semper Fi. Michelle's saying, I'm a messy eater, so white is hard. I end up looking like a toddler at a buffet. Yeah, most of my white is slightly off-white. Although I have learned how to use bleach. Like these shoes, I've bleached probably 6 times because they're canvas. And unfortunately, they're not made anymore. So otherwise, I'd buy a new pair. Was that a flex? I'd buy a new pair. Didn't mean it that way. CJ is saying that psychedelics unlocked a part of me to allow me to change. Good for you. Psychedelics have definitely been a part of my journey. And there's parts to that journey that I will share in time, including some of my struggles, but not today. Brandy is grateful for beauty and all the places we can find it, and that we can totally find beauty absolutely everywhere. Too many smiles on my face for me to look military. Well, that's a little unfair, but you're probably right. I don't think anyone would confuse me right now for someone on weekend leave. I also like white because occasionally I get a little bit of a flaky scalp. And if I wear black, it's like those old Head & Shoulders commercials. Man, commercials certainly do a number on us, don't they? I keep noticing my eye bags, which was never a thing I paid attention to, but my fucking Facebook feed is like 50% eye bag treatments. And I'm like, oh man, I do need a product to make my life better. CJ saying, share when you share, because I care just to care. I like that. So I'm going to fairly soon finish up here and then pack up and Uber down to the dance location. They suggested going to a pay lot, but I'm like, maybe I'll just, instead of pay lot, I'll just show up. I should say, I'm up my I believe my camera has a little bit of a filter on too. So if I look great, it's probably not 100% accurate. Oh wait, do I have? Oh, I know what I did. That's all right. I am grateful. I got to jump in the ocean yesterday, and I got to soak up a little bit of sun. I got to have lunch with a friend. I also had a little bit of a, I didn't spend every hour of my day yesterday the way I wanted it to, and I had a little bit of a struggle around it. And I had an interesting experience. I went live, I did Facebook Live at sunset yesterday, which I took down because it was, considering I was in front of the ocean and the sun was setting, and I wasn't depressed, but I just was not joyful, and it just felt a little dickish, I think, to be having the sunset on the ocean behind me while I was like, I don't know, I feel okay. The optics weren't good, as they would say in PR. But I'm grateful that, I know what I'm saying, but I'm grateful for that experience of just like saying, it's okay. I have to let go of the judging a feeling as bad or not wanting it. And it's okay if, I'm not feeling good all the time. Of course. Even if the conditions are great, you can be at a party and everyone else is having a good time. Doesn't mean you have to be having a good time too. I've been really looking into the idea of figuring things out versus feeling into them. I've been trying to figure out what my travel plans are going to be in the upcoming weeks, and trying to feel into them and feel what is it that is attracting me to them and what it is that is repelling me. And is the things that are repelling me, are those fear or intuition? That's hard. I don't have that figured out yet. Fear, I think right now, is a lot stronger, easier for me to hear than intuition. So it's hard for me to, although maybe not. Maybe that's my mind playing tricks on me. Maybe that aversion is intuition. I don't know. Nikki's saying, I hope each and every one of you have an absolutely beautiful day. So grateful for each and every one of you. Isn't that a beautiful sentiment? We all get to feel a little zzz. I was listening to this Huberman podcast about gratitude, and it's saying that really the most powerful way to have a biological jolt from gratitude is if somebody is grateful for you, and it tells you about why they're grateful for you. But you can also feel gratitude hearing other people's good things happening to other people. If people tell stories of overcoming adversity, or if they experience kindness and they tell you about it, and you can feel an empathetic jolt that actually changes your biology in your brain. So I think that's one of the real benefits to these sharing of our gratitudes and our wins, is that it's this consistent source of brain altering positivity, that gratitude share. No wonder I'm doing so good. I'm getting jazzed up and juiced up by each and every one of you and the gratitude circles twice a day. So thank you for this kind of free clinic of gratitude that we are administering to one another. All right. Jim is here. Jim, timing is perfect. This morning, check-ins are really helpful for my motivation. Thank you, John, and everyone who tunes in. I agree. Morning check-ins. And, I had a thing this morning. So I'm going to go dancing. And so I woke up saying, maybe I shouldn't go for my walk jog, and maybe I don't need to do a cold shower because I'm going to go dancing afterwards. And I was like, that's how the mind gets you. Just do it. So I went for a walk. I didn't jog because I knew I'm going to be exerting now. But I did do my cold shower because why break my streak? Why stop doing a practice that's working? So check-ins, consistency, patterns, habits, those are super valuable and powerful. Brandy is grateful for Mary Jane. CJ saying, my stories and videos have helped me through on very bad days where I needed love when all I was getting was hate. So thank you. I so appreciate hearing that. That's the kind of there. So I was thinking about that yesterday. Like, oh, maybe that's why it's so important to me, and I get so much out of this social media stuff, is because when I hear a gratitude like that of me, that is what Huberman says. That is the strongest biological force to affect your receptors in a positive way. Your lean-in receptors. Don't trust me on the science. I'd listen to the podcast for sure. I jumped in the water in the ocean yesterday without a wetsuit, and it's colder than my shower, probably like 54 or something like that. So I'm grateful for that. I got to jump in the water and feel that temperature. On the way to the ocean, I was listening to a Sam Harris walking meditation in public. And it was telling me to be conscious of the people and notice any judgments that come up, or just not negative judgment, but just like, what stories do you tell? And it was telling for me. And then I went to the beach and I was trying to just kind of like relax into it. But I also had these voices of like, make sure you don't put your towel too close to that single woman and make her uncomfortable. And then I put my towel down someplace where it kind of had a smell. I think it was rotting seaweed or someone. But I was like, there was like a embarrassment or something that made me just stay where I was. Interesting observations of this human in progress. Monica says, at times I kind of envy people that question less and get immersed in the stuff they do. I tend to reflect, wonder, but as time goes by, I admire the doers, the ones that are always in some project and enjoy pausing, strategizing, and being. The challenge is for people that think a lot, Monica and myself, and I think a lot of us, is that we are confronted with the opportunity to be courageous. Because as we think and question, we ponder reasons why we shouldn't, or why it would be problematic, or why it would cause, you gotta go, I feel those fears and I'm going to do anyway. I'm processing the risk of failure. I'm processing the risk of embarrassment, and I'm going to do it anyway. That is where our work is. And sure, it'd be easier if we just had that, the fear didn't cross our minds. We didn't overthink, but that's not our reality. But I believe that frequent confronting the fear minimizes its strength, strengthens your muscle of action. The only way to get confidence is by doing. I heard that in a seminar and I was like, ooh, that's good. Like, we can't talk our way into confidence. You can't. You have to do. You can psych yourself up. You can get yourself courageous, but the confidence you have to do. Lori saying, I tend to avoid things I'm uncomfortable with. And I tell myself, suit up, show up, and you can leave after a little while if you want. Exactly. Do it anyway. Ben Folds vibes. Is that a Ben Folds song? Brian saying, we're all humans in progress, always in repair, learning, progressing, and evolving. Yep. And what my therapist is saying, that a big part of the healing and always in repair isn't thinking in mind. It's your bodies are constantly in a place of repair. Blah, blah, blah. If you just did nothing and just slept, and so there's parts of even our traumas and our minds and our issues that are also healing without us thinking through them. But we can't hide them. We have to allow them to be and then trust that we can heal them. That's what I'm being told. Tommy is here. Grateful I only have a bruised knee from pickleball. 3 days in rest. Man, you playing pickleball? You are inspiring, my friend. Okay, we are going to finish up. Have a hug, and then I'm going to psych up and go dancing. Call it Uber. Brandy is wicked grateful to love my individual therapist and the therapist that leads a couple mindfulness groups that my doctor's office offers via telehealth. Awesome. CJ is saying, I've become very comfortable in the uncomfortable, as paradoxical as that sounds. That's it. I mean, that is a core part of my current goals, is to confront discomfort and to allow the healing that comes from those places, to reduce the power that the fear of that discomfort has over me, to minimize the aversion wall of discomfort that sometimes keeps me from doing things. That's the goal. But baby steps, working on it. Brian is grateful for puppies and their wildly optimistic attitudes, even when stressed and sick. Aww. Well, thank you everyone who is here live on Facebook and live on YouTube, and anyone who might be watching this recording. I encourage you to get on my mailing list and to subscribe to one of these places. If you want to get a notice when I go live, I know that YouTube will send you an email that I'm going live in the morning. Facebook is kind of hit or miss if they will tell you when I'm going live, if you want to be a part of this each day. And at johnstin.com, you can find links to all the things, most of the things. And if there's something that you're like, wait, there's no link to, I can't imagine what else could there be. You mentioned a video and I don't see it here. Okay, well, send me a message and I will do my best to find it. So as we are here in this moment, let's embrace the comfort, embrace the discomfort, and embrace one another. So wherever you are, give yourself a squeeze. And as you feel these arms, let them be the arms representing each of us here, celebrating one another, amplifying the gratitudes of one another, encouraging each other to be kind as we go into this day, encouraging each other to put our heads up, look people in the eye, and connect, to celebrate and encourage others as they are courageous in their growth, and to reach deep and try to be authentic in the way that we show up today. Let's know that we are doing that and supporting each other as we take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and each one of you ambassadors of love, thank you for being here for this presence practice on our Love Morning, a part of Hug Nation. Happy Saturday. See you tomorrow.